Who is the closest person alive to a modern-day Einstein? The heroin addict I worked with at Jimmy John's that helped my coworker with her physics homework. Smartest guy I've ever known was a junkie. No one could challenge or stimulate him intellectually, so he was just bored all the time. You know what's not boring? Drugs. Edit. One of my pal's greatest talents was storytelling. He was a massive history buff, and when we would hang out he'd ask me to pick a place and a time period, and 9/10 he could tell a fascinating, and accurate, tale from that time and place. We probably don't know about them. They're probably buried in some pharma, rocket science, technology company and are content to do their thing. I know this absolute child prodigy genius of a mathematician that went to Harvard and was easily one of the best there. He's currently a professor of a third-tier state college. Thomas Einstein, Albert Einstein's great-grandson. It's relative. What isn't nearly as bad as Reddit would have you believe? My mental health. Not everything means I'm a sociopath with ADHD. Your relationship. I mentioned an ex being emotionally immature and someone said he's a covert narcissist. Not every relationship conflict is a sign that someone is abusing you. Going to social events, and/or having a large or multiple friend circles. Just because someone is an acquaintance and not a best friend is not a bad thing. You can still enjoy their company. Working through relationship problems. Seeing both sides of an argument. God, this site runs on absolutism. You do not get explosive diarrhea when you eat Taco Bell. What is something that's not a scam, but is definitely a scam? Paying for papers that colleges seem to own, when it's tax dollars that paid for them in the first place. And $450 for textbooks. Insurance. Imagine paying someone monthly to help you later, and when later comes you have to sue them. Herbalife Nutrition. They claim to make nutritious drinks and help people start small businesses, but are just an MLM scheme for a bunch of unhealthy crap that could probably kill you. The lottery. The probability is completely transparent, but very few people that play really understand the probability, even if they know it. Shrinkflation. They try to make it look exactly the same with graphics and design so you don't notice the size has changed. Same goes for new and improved, and same great taste. It usually means they've swapped out some of the more expensive ingredients for cheaper ones. How is everyone feeling about Donald Trump officially being under arrest? What I like is the counter-argument about Hunter Biden whatevers. Like bruh, if he also is breaking the law, arrest him too idgaff. None of us have a cult-like relation to any politician the way these Trump supporters do. This opens the door for any former president to be prosecuted. Oh, nice. Promise? Nobody is above the law. That's what we are told. Now it's time to prove it. I couldn't care less about this one. What I would like to see him get arrested for is the phone call he made to GA officials telling them to find him votes. Annoyed Donald Trump is back in the news. That guy from Home Alone 2? Wow. Just goes to show y'all really never can tell. I've been hurt before. Oh come on baby, we live in a country where rule of law matters and actions have consequences. Never again am I trusting my heart to Lady Justice. What's something you can't tell your partner for fear of upsetting them? That she is way more like her mom and sisters than she likes to think. His favorite dip is like 80% mayo. He has a terrible aversion to mayo. His mom has made it when he's not been around his whole life, and now I continue the charade. It's a really good dip. The remote didn't disappear. I accidentally put it through the washing machine and destoried it and threw it out in a panic. The first piece of jewelry I bought my wife was a necklace. We went on holiday and she lost it. I said I would replace it, but it wasn't the same. She was upset that she'd lost it for sentimental reasons. I emailed the hotel and of course they hadn't found it. So I bought a replacement and told my wife they found it.